Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's that time again. Yeah, I had to tape up my address and stuff, but it's time for an Olight unboxing. They have another sale coming up here shortly, and you remember that last one. I still have this little bulb right here on my desk. That thing is just cool. I can walk in and at least have a light in my shop before I even get to the light switches. Kind of cool little deal. If you haven't seen that, jump back over and watch last month's video. But Olight has a sale almost every month, and they've got one coming up right now actually, and I will have links to all this in the description down below for you. Of course, get my little snazzy little knife out here that I've been using for a long time for these little unboxings, but let's see what they actually sent me this month. I love getting this stuff. They don't tell me in advance what's coming. I just get to dig in and see what showed up, which for me is kind of fun. So anyway, little bitty box, but man, it's got a bunch of neat little stuff in it. Let's see. We've got this Otacle here, which you've seen these here on the channel before. I've got, oh man, I've got these. I want to say, yeah, I've even got one right here, like the olive green ones. I'm a huge fan of olive green. I've got one there in my EDC pouch. It's actually organizing that a little bit. Let's pop this open and see what this one looks like. That's kind of a neat look with the flag design on it. So this is the one now, the Otacle. Is this an Otacle 2? Otacle limited edition. So I don't know how many of these they actually made. You can see this one's actually got the US flag on it there. And these have that nice lock right here on the back. See that little piece right there? You can turn that with your finger and unlock it so that you can actually extend the knife blade there. It has to be straight in order to do that. So you have this nice little box cutter here. I've got these now in most of my bags. They keep sending me new versions of them, and I really like them. There's not much to them. They're nice and flat. They have a handy little flat head right here on the corner, which is super nice for opening paint cans and stuff like that. And it has a 1/4 inch spot right here, so if you need to get like you got to back a zip it out and you literally forgot everything, you got a little 1/4 inch right there. Or you can even put a bit in there. I've put my screwdriver bits in there. Sometimes I have one right here on me, it just depends, but you can actually fit a little screwdriver bit in there and turn some things with it. And of course, every EDC tool ever has a little bottle opener right there. Speaking of that, EDC, I did not realize how many people don't know what EDC stands for. I probably get 10-15 comments a day sometimes on my videos where I say EDC or put it in the title of what in the world does EDC mean? Everyday carry. That's what it is. It's just, that's a long sentence to put in a title. YouTube only gives us so many characters. We do what we can. So anyway, these are really neat because they're so nice and thin, and they have quite a few little features in them there. Knife, bottle opener, little 1/4 inch deal, and a paint can opener, flathead screwdriver, whichever one is more useful to you. I open a lot of paint cans, it seems like. Okay, so here's an i3T, and I have a few of these actually. This is one of the US flag edition ones too. And be sure and check out their sale. They're an awesome sponsor of the channel here, and they have these sales constantly. A lot of times there's a free light you'll get. There's all kinds of giveaways and freebies and all kinds of goodies you can get when they do these sales. So here is the little i3T EOS. Look at that with the nice flag there on it. I like these. These would be really cool on the Vito bag. Kind of a little pop of color. Usually they have a little battery protector back here. It'll have this little yellow deal between the battery that keeps it from coming on. So you got to take that out first. Let's see what battery we have in here. AAA. So this is just a single AAA flashlight. Got a nice little beam there. I want to say, yeah, it's got a low beam. And if you double tap, you'll have a high beam right there on it. I can tell you what that actually is. Low is 5 lumens and high is 180. So they do put these nice bi-directional clips right here on their lights too. If you notice, you can clip it in your pocket in either direction or even flip it around and get it on your hat. I do that a lot with mine. Seems like I never have a headlamp right when I need it. So these Olights, almost every single one has this clip where you can go either direction with it. I'm a big fan of that. So let's see what else is in here. 2 items left, and that's it. All right, so there is actually a pin here, which is kind of cool. I actually have my other edition charging right here on the desk today. Thought I'd get that done. I pulled it out and I had run it dead on a job the other day. So this, before we get to the pin, this Gober safety light, I believe this is their little free with any order or something like that giveaway right now. These are super handy, like on your backpack straps or your front straps of your Vito backpacks, things like that. That's where I have mine. If you're walking down a long dark hallway or through a basement or whatever, you got a light that you can literally just tap that little center button right there and have it. And I probably need to actually charge this. But see, they have red lights in them if you have issues with your night vision. It's got green lights, blue lights, and of course white. And I believe you can go into some strobe modes like that too. If you were out walking at night or something like that, you could have this on your backpack strap and it'd actually be a little strobe. This is the little clip right here for it. They just go in, so you never have to actually take this clip off of your backpack because it locks on really solid. You just turn the light and remove it, and then it has the USB-C charger right here in the back. It does come with a little USB-C charging cable also. They had these little protectors on the tips, but you can just plug your USB-C cable right into the back of that light like that to charge it, and not have to actually remove all this and fight it getting it off your backpack. It'll just go back on when you're done, just with that little quarter twist right there, and you're back all set. If you've not seen this on something, I've got it on my EDC backpack video that I did. I've got these on the front straps of that bag. Just really handy. If it's there, I tend to actually use it, which is kind of cool. So this is supposed to be a newly designed version of this pen here that I have been crazy about for a long time. I carry this pen all the time. It's got the light in the clip and all that good stuff. So that's the O'Pen Pro. This is the O'Pen Glow. And if you notice, they actually sent me another green one, which, yeah, I'm all about the green. So let's get into this one and see what we got. Am I wearing a green shirt again? Yeah, I guess so. I like my green shirts. So let's see what we got with this one. This is supposed to be a newly designed way of charging this pen. And these have that neat packaging that just comes out like that. I really like the way they put everything together. Let me see if this isn't, I guess it's very similar styling here. Got a little pull tab for getting it out of the packaging we can pop off. This is the O'Pen Glow. Look at that. So I wonder if we open this up, if we're going to have the same... Nope. See, on this one, we no longer have a USB-C port right here. This other one, if you notice, you take your pen apart, and I've got it plugged in right there, a little red light glowing. You actually have a USB-C charger right there in the top of the pen. This one has a new way of charging it and some new lighting on it that I've not even got to check out yet, obviously. So I heard about this on their website and their little mailer for the sale that came out. I didn't realize I was getting one. And there's another ink cartridge in the box for it, actually, so that's kind of nice. If I remember right, I think this pen actually also has proprietary ink, and that's for an interesting reason. We'll find out here in just a second. So this pen comes with a base like this with a USB-C port in the side. So we'll go ahead and unplug my pen here. It does come with a USB-C charger for it right there, but I've already got one running on my table here, one of my nice Anchor ones. So you plug that in, look at there, it's even got the green glow down inside it. This pen, instead of charging with the USB-C there, if you look at the end, it actually has copper, little copper ring around that tip. This sits in here and actually snaps. You can feel it take into the bottom of the charger, and your pen charges just like that. So you can have this on your desk. It is a magnetic base. If you can see, this table is actually magnetic. My desk is. So that snaps right down to my desk like that. Now, if you don't have a magnetic table or anything that you want to stick it to, they do give you a little disc here, if I can get it open. Man, my fingers are not going to cooperate that good today. We'll get it open here in a second. So they give you a self-adhesive metal disc with it that actually looks kind of cool. It's got the little Olight stuff on it right there and some 3M peel off on the back. So you can stick that down to anything you have where you want to be able to sit this charging base, and it will actually magnetize right to that, just like that. So that is actually how that pin will charge. You just sit it right down in there like that, and you charge your pin. So let's find out if we actually have enough charge to turn this on. So when the pin is in there charging, it's actually red glowing around the pin. So we'll get into that one here in a minute when it's all charged up and show you the features it's got. This is the older version, the O'Pen Pro. I don't know if it really be considered an older version, but I'm a big fan of this one. You just have, if you press and hold, you'll have a green laser right here out of the top, which is really nice and handy. And then I believe I can't see. The clip right here on the pin actually has a little LED in it, and that thing can turn up. Now it has multiple settings to it. If I can actually turn it. So if I double tap, I can cycle through, and it has multiple settings of brightness on this little clip. I've shown you this one several times before, but it's just super handy because that clip's right in your pocket and you have a light in front of you. It's kind of like an alternative version of a headlamp. It's handy because it's with you all the time. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one works with the charging in the base. I don't actually have to take this one apart like I do this one to charge it. So we'll get into that when that one gets charged up and see what all it can do. Okay, well, after a little pause to actually charge this up out of the deal, that's a little problem with unboxing things like flashlights and things. They come and say that you need to fully charge them before use. So anyway, we're fully charged and we're ready to use it today. So this is their pin, and this is actually quite an upgrade from the previous O'Pen Pro. And you've seen this one before. I absolutely love my little olive green pin there, but you have to take it apart in order to charge it. Well, this one has a base right here that it just sits in. Like that. It's USB-C rechargeable. So you just plug your USB-C right into this base. It's magnetic here on the bottom. So it'll stick to my desk here in a second. I'll show you. But it does come with a little self-adhesive puck right here that you can just peel that sticker off and stick it on if you have a spot you want this that's non-magnetic, and then you'll have a little magnetic disc, basically a piece of metal. It does say Olight and has some little designs on it and cool stuff. So anyway, when you sit this in here, you'll see it's actually glowing green around the pin right now. I'll see if we can get it to do red, but when it's charging, it actually is red. When you first put your pin in, it goes right to green right now. But the way this works is the tip of the pin, if you can see right there, is actually metal. The whole pin's metal, but it almost has a copper look to it right there at the tip, and that's what charges when you set it in your little charging base here. And it's kind of neat. If you have it on your desk, you have just basically a little pin holder. Now, a few things that changed with this: the old one, there's no pushing on this top button. On this one, you can. So when you press and hold this top, this light will come on here on the clip, which you've heard me talk about before. I love that feature because I can put my pin in my pocket and use it almost like having a little work light right on me. And this has several degrees of brightness. Just press and hold and it will cycle through, and you can stop wherever you want. You can also just touch and turn it up to anything you want. There's the little low one that I use really the most. But if you're actually using it to work with, you can turn it up here to 120 lumens just from the pin clip on this thing, which is super cool to me. But they added something to this that I'm probably going to have to turn the light off and show you how it works here in a moment. But when you extend your ink right here on the tip, now if you turn your light on, the tip is a little light. And it's not like a flashlight for looking around. It's like a half of a lumen. So you use it for writing in the dark. You don't even have to turn a light on. It'll light up your paper and you can write. And it's a really soft, non-glaring light. So really cool. And when you're done using it and finished writing or whatever, instead of having to push the button at the top, you just retract the ink here and the light just turns off when you do that. So really neat little features in here. It does have the same press and hold, and you have a green laser out of the top of this pen. So see if we can get it where you can really see it on a paper there. Just a really bright little green laser. So if you need a pointer, you're doing a walkthrough on a job, want to show people something up there, you can point things out, whatever, with your little green laser. So many little features packed into this little pen, and no need to take it apart anymore to charge it. I can just drop it in there, and it's charging right there on my desk, or, you know, anywhere where I end my day. So this thing is cool. Now, this one does change from the previous one in that now you have kind of a proprietary little ink cartridge. It does come with an extra one with the pen, so that's kind of nice of them. But it has some of the electrical components to work the lighting system for the ink that actually require this specific ink cartridge for everything to fit and ground properly and work properly. So just a neat little pen. I'm a huge fan of the two. If you've had an O-Pen Pro or any of the others, I'll hold these up here. You can see they're pretty much, I'll see if I can actually get that to focus, almost the same pen right there, same design. Little difference in the grip style on it. One's got the little dots on the newer one. This one had the little spirals. Otherwise, you can barely tell them apart at all, other than one says Pro and one says Glow on it. So I don't know. I'm going to be using them both. I love both pens. I know I have to take this one apart to charge it. You just spin it apart here in the middle, and it has USB-C right here in the top cap part. So you can just plug it in and charge it right there. And it lasts so long for me, as long as I'm not using, you know, it on high mode with the light and everything all the time. It lasts quite a while. So I don't have to, it's not like I'm charging it every single day. It's kind of my emergency backup light when I don't have anything else on me. But just a neat little pen. It does come with a little USB-C to USB-C cable. So if you already have it does not come with a brick. So you'll need a USB-C brick in your wall or whatever. I know we all already have like a basket of these laying around, but then you can just plug this in. You can also, like me here, I didn't even use their cable. I've already got a nice Anchor one here on my desk, and I just plugged it right into there, and I'm good to go. And it just sticks right to my desk right there. I really like that. But anyway, I know I'm really into little EDC stuff and all kinds of little gizmos that make my life a little bit more fun. And sometimes these Olight things just do that. But thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Be sure to check out that Olight sale. They're an awesome sponsor of the channel. Help us keep doing what we enjoy doing here, showing you guys tools every week. Links are in the description down below.